Transferring to a four-year university can be a daunting process in general, so we're here to help you learn how to start as we focus on connecting and investing in your transfer journey. My name is Presley Layton, and I serve as a transfer admission counselor within the Office of Online and Transfer Services at Appalachian State University. We want to help you make your transfer experience as seamless as possible, so always feel free to reach out to us. Although these upcoming suggestions are applicable to any four-year institution, we will use App State as an example to help you learn where to look for the information you need to start the transfer process. The University of North Carolina system is home to 16 different four-year universities, any of which could be your next home. So how will you know which one would be best for you unless you begin connecting with these institutions and exploring your options to help you reach a decision? We have some suggestions for you. First off, connect with potential transfer institutions. There are a number of different ways to establish connections with the four-year institutions you are considering. The first suggestion is by far the easiest and most useful, as it opens up more opportunities for the rest of our suggestions. So we highly recommend signing up for communication lists with all of your potential universities. This will allow those institutions to contact you and share important information with you, from introducing you to your admission counselor to inviting you to events they are hosting on both their own campus or on your current institution's campus to learn more about that university. Usually you can sign up for the communication list by visiting the university's admission websites, so we will look at AppState as an example. If you go to the Connect with Us tab at admissions.appstate.edu, you can sign up for the communication list here to fill out the form. Universities may decide to email, call, or text you to communicate these opportunities. If you decide to sign up for multiple universities' communication lists, I always suggest designating individual folders within your email inbox to keep them all in order and separated by school. Just a quick organizational tip for you that will save you in the long run. In addition to signing up for communication lists, it is extremely helpful to connect with your assigned admission counselor at each institution you are considering. This person is there to help you navigate the transfer process, and they want to hear from you. University admission counselors are usually assigned based on admission territories, meaning that based on where you attend or live currently, there is an admission counselor assigned to that institution or area whom you can contact. You can find this information on their website, or you can call to ask. For AppState, you can find your counselor on that same Connect with Us tab as before by entering your current institution's location and your student type to determine who that person is and to show you their contact information. Many of the emails, calls, or texts that you receive as a result of signing up on communication lists will come from your assigned admission counselor. We will encourage you to join us for various events, all of which will help you determine whether our university is the best choice for you. Universities constantly host both virtual and on-campus information sessions and campus tours, which offer insight into their transfer application process, their student life environment and opportunities, and many times allow you to connect with their current students. Universities also host open houses on their campuses or virtually, which is a much larger event with many more people, so that everyone can learn everything possible about those institutions. Open houses usually allow you to participate in various sessions and panels surrounding academic opportunities, housing, admission, financial aid, among a number of other learning opportunities. Once again, we will be sure to remind you of these opportunities through the communication list you signed up for. Admission counselors may also travel to your area to represent their universities at college fairs or to host events on your current institution's campus, so be sure to keep an eye out for emails and/or texts, as we will remind you when we're coming and where we'll be. Just in case you haven't signed up for any university communication list, your current institution will likely notify you of these opportunities as well, and you can always sign up for communication lists during these events too. Using AppState as an example again, you can view that same Connect with Us tab on the admissions website to see which off-campus events are taking place near you through the App Near You feature here, or you can click the Visit tab at the top to check out all of the virtual and on-campus connection opportunities. Last but not least, you can also follow university social media accounts. Most institutions have multiple opportunities to follow, so get plugged in to learn more and meet our current students. Check out the Connect with Us tab again to follow AppState social media accounts. Now that you have an idea of the options available to you to connect with your potential transfer universities, we will change gears to focus on understanding your financial options to fund your college education before you decide to invest. It's important to understand that four-year institutions are more expensive than two-year institutions, so you will likely have to pay anywhere from about $3,000 to $5,000 more each semester at a university. With that said, there may be additional costs you may not have considered yet, such as housing, for example. As you attend your two-year institution, the likelihood that you are living at home is pretty high since students usually attend the two-year institution closest to their homes. You most likely would not be able to continue living at home though when you transfer to your four-year institution since it's usually much farther away, so you would have to find and pay for housing. This leads me into understanding your cost of attendance versus your institutional cost. For example, say you decide to attend App State while living in an off-campus apartment. App State would not be able to charge you or bill you for your housing, but that cost can't just disappear because you are still going to have to pay your rent. The institutional cost would only be whatever the institution bills you, which would be tuition and fees in this case, whereas your cost of attendance is a combination of what you pay the university and what you could potentially pay for your other expenses, such as housing, meals, transportation, etc. The first time most students hear about cost of attendance, it is when they receive their financial aid package. So we will wrap up this presentation by covering the funding options available for you as you transfer. Visit financialaid.appstate.edu to view the cost of attendance estimates for App State. Speaking of financial aid, a great funding option is definitely federal financial aid for which students can be considered based on the submission of their FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid. The FAFSA allows you to be considered for need-based grants, need-based scholarships, work study, loans, and more, so in order to give yourself the best financial aid options, it's always best to apply early. Every year, the FAFSA opens on October 1st, so we highly recommend completing it as close to that date as possible. Every university has financial aid representatives who can help you navigate the financial aid process. Whether you have a question about filling out the FAFSA or how to understand what your financial aid package contains or means, those representatives can help you understand everything you need to know. Many institutions host FAFSA nights as well, so we encourage you to participate. Remember that you can find App State's financial aid contact information and resources at financialaid.appstate.edu. Another option to help you fund your education is employment. Whether you were approved for a work study after completing the FAFSA, or if you were just looking for general employment options, universities and their surrounding areas have multiple opportunities for you. During your transfer enrollment process, you can begin searching for these job options whether it's through the university's Office of Student Employment, online, or through on-campus job and internship fairs. For example, once students are accepted to App State, they have access to the university's online employment search engine called Handshake. It allows students to find on-campus and/or off-campus employment and/or internship options during their experience, and you can also use it for your post-graduation job search as well. Last but not least, scholarships. We highly encourage you to look into the scholarship consideration process at each institution you are considering, as some will require an application by a certain deadline, while others may be able to consider you automatically based on your admission application. For example, App State requires all transfer students to complete the transfer admission application and a separate scholarship application by respective deadlines in order to be considered for all transfer student scholarships. So be sure to check your email or the university's websites to ensure that you meet the potential deadlines. Also, once you complete at least a semester at your transfer university, you become eligible to apply for current student scholarships, whether those are general or departmental based on your major. In addition to institutional scholarships, we also highly encourage applying for outside scholarships, whether those are local scholarships in your area or general scholarships. There are hundreds, if not thousands, available out there, and your academic advisor at your current institution may have suggestions for you as well. Hopefully these suggestions will help you start your transfer journey on the right foot as you connect with your potential transfer institutions and invest in your education. But keep in mind that we are always here to help you. If you are considering App State as your transfer destination, we look forward to hearing from you. Explore our opportunities and connect with us soon in the Office of Online and Transfer Services to help you along your way. We wish you the best.